What's good, Kick Squad? We back with our weekly predictions for the NFL's 2025 season. Last week was a lot better than it's previously been. I'm not gonna lie. Still a couple games that just I didn't foresee happening, but overall, I'm happy with last week's picks. All right, so let's do a little recap. Last week we picked the Seahawks, Vikings, Bucks, Bills, Lions, Texans, Chargers, Falcons, Patriots, Rams, Niners, Chiefs, Raiders, Packers, Dolphins, and Bengals to win. Out of those, only five, what did three, four, five, six, only six were wrong. We missed on the Vikings, the Bucks, Chargers, Niners, Raiders, and Bengals. And then the Packers tied, but I don't count that as a loss. So, I mean, they shouldn't have won that game. If I'm being honest with you, I think the Packers slept on the Cowboys heavily. They let narratives dictate how they played, and I think the Cowboys played well. I think they should have pulled that out. That I guess by the rules, Jordan Love hitting the player in the end zone saved them. Because if it would have rolled out of the back, clock keeps running, game's over. But they didn't lose, so it is what it is. This week, week 5, I feel like matchups in this week might be a little better, but let's check them out. Let's check this out. Starting tonight, easily picking the Rams. The Niners, I don't know if it's the injuries. They didn't look good last week at all with Purdy. CMC's going to do what CMC does, but they don't have enough offensively or defensively. And the Rams have, like I said, I feel like they had their moments last week. They should have won against the Eagles. Could have. I'll say, oh no, not the Rams. I was thinking the Bucks against the Eagles. The Rams did win last week. I was thinking of the Buccaneers. My bad. Rams are legit. Puka is elite. Stafford is still great. Stafford is still great. Apparently, the back issues were overblown because week after week he's shutting us up on that. So, shout out to Stafford. Hope he continues to have good health throughout the rest of the season. I don't think this one will be close. I don't want to say it that way. This will be a double-digit victory for the Rams. I'm saying at least 10 points. I think they're just too good offensively and defensively. I think San Francisco is just that bad as well. So I'm a convincing win from the Rams. Next up, we got the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns. This one I am on the fence about. I understand what Minnesota brings to the table as a defense. Offensively, I don't believe in Carson Wentz, even though he spanked the mess out of the Bengals. Well, the Vikings did. I don't think he was that great, to be real with you. And then you watch him last week against the Steelers. He put on a nice little drive, but at the end, he's not. I think Cleveland's defense is too good. The question with Cleveland now is Dylan Gabriel a good solution at quarterback? I don't believe Flacco is washed. I believe Flacco is out of his prime. I think this is a winnable game if Flacco's quarterback. I don't know much about Dylan Gabriel. I've saw him in college, but I don't know if he's ready for this level of competition, especially with that Minnesota Vikings defense. Brian Flores is good. They're going to try to beat the mess out of this rookie quarterback. Will they hit? It's a possibility, but the Browns are known to have a good offensive line. This year so much, I don't know if they're that great, but they're not the worst line in the league. Minnesota still has a lot of injury issues, I believe, that they're dealing with. I don't know, man. I'm going with the upset. Although conventional logic tells, and Quinshon Judkins, he's been balling. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm picking the Browns. I don't expect this to hit. I fully expect the Vikings to let me down and just dominate. But I think Cleveland, I think they defensively, Cleveland can have their way with Minnesota, which will cause a lot of issues. Yeah, I'm going. I almost talked myself out of it again. I'm going with the Browns over the Vikings. I'm sorry. Next up, Baltimore Ravens, Houston Texans. Baltimore is the underdog, assuming Lamar doesn't play. I believe Lamar's faking it, but Houston's defense legit. The Ravens' offense isn't. They don't want to run Derrick Henry for whatever reason. If Lamar doesn't play, I want to go with the. I don't want to go with the Texans because I don't believe in CJ Stroud. I don't think he can lead a team, but I think there's enough talent on this team they could upset the Ravens. And I don't think Cooper Rush is a bad quarterback either. But how much time has he actually got with the ones to be able to be prepared to take them against a high-powered defense like the Texans? So my money's on Houston. I don't believe in the Ravens. I really don't. I don't believe in the Ravens. They're a legit team. This year, I don't know what the issues is, or excuse me, I don't know what the issues are, but I feel like this is going to be a really off year for the Ravens. So yeah, I'm gonna ride with Houston on this one. Next up, New York Giants, New Orleans Saints. Saints put on a show last week against the Bills, and I don't know if that was more indicative of who the Saints could be or who the Bills potentially could be. I don't know. I don't believe in New York, especially without neighbors. I don't like this pick. This is a nasty game to try to bet on, but if I have to, I'm picking the Saints. I don't like it though. I don't like it. I really don't. Next up, we got Miami Dolphins, Carolina Panthers. Even without Tyreek Hill, I believe the Dolphins are a better constructed team than the Panthers. But we've seen the Panthers kind of put on some shows here and there, so that maybe they upset. I don't know. I don't want to bet that they will. I'd like to be surprised if they do, but I don't want to bet that they will. So I'm going with Miami. Again, I don't like that matchup. I don't like Mike McDaniel as a head coach. Even as an offensive coordinator right now, he doesn't see something's wrong in Miami and he can't fix it or doesn't want to fix it. I'm not sure, but it's a struggle for them for sure. But I still think in Carolina they should be able to pull out that win. Next up, we got the Raiders and the Colts. It's not even a question. The Colts are top 6.5, 6.5 point favorites. The Ravens or the Colts are legit as of now. We'll see what happens when playoff time come, but right now they're dominating. Raiders have so many issues. Geno Smith, I don't know what happened. I came in this season singing high praises for Geno, and he's done nothing but let me down continually. And I don't understand it. No, they're not a high-powered, amazing offense, but they got some great pieces. And he's belly flopping essentially, and I don't understand it. Until proven otherwise, I gotta ride with the Colts until they start losing, and I gotta get out of Dodge when it comes to the Raiders because they're just awful. Next up, we got the Denver Broncos, Philadelphia Eagles. This I'm excited about. This one offensively, the Eagles are too good compared to so much better compared to the Broncos offense. Defensively, the Broncos defense is so much better to me than the Eagles defense. As a complete unit, not individual pieces. I think the Broncos defense can upset Philly's offense. Saquon hasn't been doing well. All the issues with AJ Brown. Hurts not being able to or not wanting to throw the ball as much. I think this could be a perfect upset game, but it's in Philly. I gotta ride with the home team. Excuse me. I gotta ride with the home team. I can picture a scenario where Denver upsets. Bo Nix is cool. I don't know if I disbelieve in Bo Nix more than I believe in him. Like he can play. He's not a scrub, but is he good enough to make plays when they matter against Philly's defense? I don't know. But I know their defense can bail them out a lot too, so it's just a matter of who makes the most plays. Next up, we got the Cowboys and Jets. Cowboys after the show in Green Bay. I am not on the fence anymore about the Cowboys. I believe in the Cowboys depending on the matchups. The Jets, yes, I completely believe in the Cowboys against the Jets. Somebody like the Buccaneers, I'm sorry, it's not happening. The Seahawks, no, I'm sorry. Cowboys, it's not happening. But I believe against y'all against the Jets. The Jets have so many issues, and this statement that Justin Fields made in a presser the other day about it's a blessing to be able to get paid millions to play kids sports. Dude sounds delusional and completely checked out. Like he knows this season's a wash and I'm getting paid, so it don't even matter to me. Type vibes. So clearly, I think the Giants are or the Jets are done, and I'm rocking with Cowboys for sure because they don't look as bad as we assumed they would, if that makes sense. Like the issues they had, they're dealing with it, they're fixing them, and they played an amazing game. Hopefully, that wasn't a one off. Hopefully, they continue to stack on top of that and get better. I'm not saying they're a contender or anything, or even a playoff team, but I think they're still fighting Dallas, and that's what we needed to see. Next up, Arizona Cardinals, Tennessee Titans. Uh, a lot of the same with the Titans. Cam Ward came out talking about how trash they were, and like he just they're not doing enough for that young man over there in Tennessee, and he sounds beat down, like drained emotionally, mentally, physically, almost like he. And we're only 5 weeks in, and he sounds like it's done for us. You know, that's the mindset I get when I hear him talk. Excuse me, but I just Arizona. They played an amazing game last week against the Seahawks. Really good game. I think Arizona's just too talented for Tennessee to compete with. That could be an upset. Bit my cheek. That could be a trap game. That could be an upset waiting to happen. I just I think Arizona's just too talented. Next up, Seahawks Buccaneers. This is a good one. This is a good one. In Seattle, I think I want give me the Bucks. Give me the Bucks over the Seahawks. I'll take that +3. Give me the Bucks over the Seahawks. The Bucks made a lot of mistakes last week against Philly, but they were still in the running. They were still in the game. I just it's going to come down to which offense I feel is more talented. I think that's the Bucks. Also, which quarterback I believe in more, and that's easily Baker. Although much love and respect to Sam Darnold, he hasn't been bad at all. He's been he's been legit, but I think the Buccaneers are better. I mean, I stand to be corrected, but as it looks right now, to me, the Buccaneers are better. Next up, Los Angeles Chargers, Commanders. Yeah, yeah. Chargers, I look to bounce back after that dud they put on last week against the Giants. Commanders, I'm not seeing what I need to see from the Commanders. I don't know if Jaden Daniels is still injured. I imagine so, or you'd think they'd be the favorites. I don't know what the injury issue was with Scary Terry, but there's not enough going right in Washington. Bring Cliff Kingsbury to Cincinnati. We need it. But the Chargers, I expect them to bounce back in a major way. They played down, way down to their competition last week with the Giants. Chargers should be the better team. They should walk away with this victory at home. This one, I don't want to do this at all. Detroit Lions at Cincinnati. Yeah, first time I'm doing this all year. I'm betting against my team. Now, let me put it this way. I've heard a lot of coaches, Cincinnati coaches, say the right things. Zach Taylor's been taking accountability for verbally taking accountability. We'll see how that correlates to the field, but play calling's been horrendous. I don't think and I hear a lot of fans talk about we need to rebuild. We're number 2 in the division. We're still number 6 seed, I believe. I don't understand the issue. Like, we could still make a play for the playoffs. We're not out. All right. I'm not that kind of fan. I'm not giving up. Yes, it's been bad the past 2 weeks, but I need Jake Browning from Jacksonville. I don't care you throw those 3 picks. You're still making plays, putting us in a position to win. With this offense, we only scored 3 points, 100 some yards against the Broncos. Come on now, stop that. And I've seen the memes about how Pat Surtain locked up Uno. A lot of those, the majority of those routes, Uno was wide open. Jake couldn't get him the ball, or just wouldn't get him the ball. Like, no disrespect to Pat Surtain, but you didn't really do much, homie. Sorry. But I think this is a more manageable game defensive wise. The Detroit Lions defense is not up to par with the Vikings or the Broncos, in my opinion. They can still make big plays when needed, but I think this could potentially be a shootout if Zach calls it correctly. You know what I mean? We have too much talent on offense. We could match them point for point. I think Goff is a great quarterback. He will give us some opportunities to make plays and take it away, but our defense can't be on the field 80% of the game, getting worn out and tired and beaten and battered. You know what I mean? Our offense has to carry their end too, but I think it's unreasonable to say Detroit shouldn't be a 10.5 point favorite. I'm a realist. I saw a lot of things in the Vikings that made me believe the Bengals could win. I saw a lot of things in the Broncos that made me think the Bengals could win. I'm not seeing that. If our defense is supposed to be on the field 80-90% of the game, there's no chance. Detroit, they like to sling it. They can run all over you. They can do it all. With the way Zach Taylor's calling the games, I don't think there's a chance we win. I would love to be wrong. I'm not one of them doom and gloom type fans, but Zach Taylor is our issue. Not the way the team's constructed, not the offensive personnel, not even the defensive personnel, which is better than we were last year. And people said they were going to be the worst part of the team, and they're not. But Zach Taylor is our issue. Al Golden, a lot of his defensive schemes I'm not understanding. Dropping Trey Hendrickson back in coverage. Stop it. Let that man go attack that quarterback. He needs to get them sacks, get that pressure. That's where you win. So I think we're trying to be too cute on defense. We need to let our front get that pressure, let our secondary get them takeaways like we did the first 2 weeks. Zach needs to fix play calling or just hand it over to Pitch. Let Dan Pitcher do all the play calling offensively. Zach just be the head coach. Sit back, be the head coach. There's nothing wrong with that. But this is going to be another rough week for the Bengals. I just hope they keep it interesting and don't get blown out again. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, easy money's on Detroit. from what we've seen, there's nothing to say it should be 10.5 favorites. I just hope it's a little closer than that. Next up, we got the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills divisional matchup. I think it'll be closer than this, especially the way the Bills looked last week against the Saints. The Patriots have not been a bad football team, but part of me just feels like Josh Allen's going to be Josh Allen and he's going to pull out the win. We haven't seen anything from him. They're still the only undefeated team in the AFC, I believe. Or they're currently the only team undefeated in the AFC. So my money's on the Bills. I don't know if I believe the 8.5 point difference, but I believe in the Bills to walk away with that win regardless. Patriots, though, I mean, they're not bad. They're just, fumbling issues. They're not. They got enough. They need more receiver help. Hunter Henry's been great. Stefan's been good. He hasn't been made the focal point yet, but I envision that coming. But yeah, Buffalo's just at this point. Buffalo's just too good. Finishing off the week, Monday Night Football, Kansas City Chiefs, Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me Jacksonville. Give me the Jags. I'm taking them to upset the Chiefs, even though I really don't feel like the way things have been going this year, that's really much of an upset. You know what I mean? Like Jacksonville hasn't been a horrible football team. Kansas City has. I think what happened last week was an anomaly. I don't think with Worthy back, he's cool, but I don't think that bumps him back into contention. I think Jacksonville, who's had some opportunities in the recent history to upset the Chiefs, I think they put it together this year and they get that win Monday night. Man, that's all we got. This is what we got this week. So we got the Rams, Browns, Texans, Saints, Dolphins, Colts, Eagles, Cowboys, Cardinals, Bucks, Chargers, Bills, Lions, Jags, all for the win. Let me know what you guys think about these picks in the comments below, man. Let me know who are you taking or who do you disagree with? Who do you disagree with out of my picks? That's all we got for this weekend. Love and appreciate every last one of you guys. Until next time. Peace.